Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today I've got a treat for you. This is one of the very first videos in the entire country, one of the first looks at Tiffin's newest line. This is the 2024 Tiffin Byway 38CL. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. I'm going to start at the outside just to make sure that I have enough proper light to show it to you. But then I'm gonna head right on in. So I'm just kind of showing off the paint job today. Couple different ways that you can get this camper, and down in the description, we'll have a link to all of them. So right to the Tiffin website, all the different paint colors, the interior options, all that good stuff you can find there. But again, this is the 2024 Tiffin Byway 38CL. And you can see right here, right off the beginning, you get an absolutely massive slide that stretches all the way from here to there to open up to make really good walking room in the bedroom and into the kitchen living room area. Then on the other side, you're gonna see you get two more slides, one for the bedroom and another for the living room. So it's gonna open up, create a ton of walk around space, really good functional use. This is Tiffin's entry level model. MSRP is coming in at $325,000. Obviously your boy's got deals on wheels, so make sure to reach out. I'd be happy to assist you. And if you guys dig my video, dig this style, hit that like and subscribe button. I'm trying to really make a push for 40,000 subscribers here in 2023, and I would love for you to be a part of it. But let's go ahead and get right on inside. Let's show you that, then we'll come out at the end and show you all the storage here. But let's see how you like it. One last time, it's the 2024 Tiffin Byway 38CL, and right when you walk in, things start looking nice. You have this big open windshield for some good views. Also some really good windows on the side, you know, with the old Dracula shade, the night shade, so you can block out the sun. But look at that. There is going to be a massive slide. You see that it's very tall, it's well lit, you have overhead storage, lots of big windows. The recliners, which I think they call the comfort recliners because they're absolutely massive. They are also powered, and they are directly across from the TV, and that's going to be on the televator system. So right behind that, you'll notice right over here, you do have a window. And the windows are pretty nice too because they are all tinted. So, you know, so that helps out. But I believe they're also the safety kind. I'll have to double check on that. But I believe, you know, if like a baseball or something hit it, it wouldn't shatter. It would kind of spider, kind of like a windshield would. But pretty cool. I love how the TV comes up and out. The control to take care of that is going to be right here. So you can slide it down if you want, you know, just like that. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty quick. I'm going to leave it up for my 60-second tour. But you're also going to see, you get a sound bar there underneath. Lots of good usable storage that goes, you know, the width from the counter. By the way, solid surface countertops all throughout. Babe, if you're watching, I love you. The countertops are going to have a 5-year warranty on them. The rest of the coach is going to be pretty much a 1-year industry standard warranty, covers everything electrical and mechanical. Your appliances will have 2, and then your structure, it has a 3-year structural warranty. You also get the 30-inch Furrion fireplace, so it's basically a very fancy space heater. It puts out, I believe, 5,200 BTUs of heat for 500 square feet of heating. So in an RV this size and how open it is, on a day where it's 45, 50 degrees out, this should be all the heat that you need just right here, especially if you put maybe a fan and push, all that air back towards that bedroom. But I love how open this is. I mean, this is going to be extremely open compared to a lot of Class A's coming in at a price point that's really going to be extremely competitive against really anything in its class. This is definitely top notch. So I already kind of started with the recliners. Again, there's comfort. They are big and wide. Even if you're kind of a round belly like myself, you can see I fit in here, just fine. And I'll flip it back around again. But right here is going to be the power. So extend and retract. You also notice you do get the USB and the cup holders, which are going to be stainless steel, which is always a plus. And then some places where you can put the remotes, the controllers, maybe, a book or something if you don't want to watch TV. So pretty nice to have that. Emergency exit, so pull, push, and how do I get this thing going? There we go. Pull, push, and plop. You can get out in a hurry if you need to. And then another thing that I really enjoy about Tiffin, if you haven't seen one of my Tiffin videos, is how high the cabinetry opens. So this is all handmade down in Red Bay, Alabama, so they're still in complete control of the process, you know, especially for something like the cabinetry. It's all hand mitered down there, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But it's a real solid wood. I believe it's an alder wood in this model, and then depending on how much, you know, you go up to in the Tiffin line, it switches on over to cherry. But a very hard and durable wood. It's also got the soft touch ceiling, which is always a plus. Not only aesthetically pleasing, it's a nicer way of doing it. Little sound deadening inherent properties there as well. But that overhead storage goes all the way across. Each window, again, is going to come with the old day shade, half drac, and then the night shade for full drac. Stop the old skin from sizzling. Take care of the furniture. The furniture is also extremely comfortable. Now, if the recliners, reclining as far back as they do, they lay back nearly, you know, perfectly flat, isn't enough, or if you don't want to sleep in a place like that, you do have this dinette as well, which is kind of that booth hybrid. So it's kind of like a freestanding, but it's also got the booth on either side. Extremely comfortable, but has the versatility to where this right here, with a flip of that, all of a sudden, you know, it'll drop on down, you know, to make a bed for additional sleeping. Now, I make a lot of videos, you know, for TikTok and Instagram, the 60-second ones. Maybe you've seen them, but if not, feel free to check out my profile. I've heard a lot of complaints on the higher end Tiffins having too shiny of a floor. Well, on this model, they are going back to the linoleum. Again, this is Tiffin's quote unquote entry level. So it's not a true tile. It's going to be that premium, you know, the premium, you know, vinyl flooring, but a residential style. Right over here is going to be your kitchen. So you're going to have plenty of storage right there. All of it is going to be on the soft close. But you see how far deep those things were. Pretty darn incredible. Underneath the sink, you do get really clean cut storage, access to your plumbing for maintenance. You know, you get more cabinetry here up above as well. That's always a plus. And check out how deep that is. I mean, I've got average size arms for a 6-foot dude. Goes all the way to about elbow with my fingers at full tippy tip extension. A nice window that goes all the way out. You're also going to get your tile sidings right there, so I like that. That's a nice touch. Residential faucet, hitting those dishes from all angles. And your stainless steel undermounted bowl to match it, which is always a big time plus. Now, on some of the more expensive Tiffins, you are going to get the induction cooktop. They went away with that with the Byway because a lot of people just weren't wanting to pay it. And if I lift that up there, I'll just drop it like that. 3 stovetop burner, and it still looks super nice. Couple more drawers right underneath, and then 3 more right over here. But again, that is pretty darn far to go. Now, you're also going to get the convection microwave up there. One of the fanciest one you'll see, the old Thin Q model. It's got a whole bunch of different stuff right there. Never been fancy enough to really own a microwave like this. But you got all sorts of good stuff. Your sensor reheat, your roast mode, bake mode, steam cook, popcorn. Who doesn't like popcorn? I know I sure do. Right here on the ceiling, got your fantastic fan to help suck up some of the steam or stink from whatever you're cooking. You got a fancy pants looking painting. People seem to like those. Washer and dryer that's not in the bedroom. So that's kind of a new twist. But I do like seeing that. So, you know, at night, you can run it out in your living room. I think that's a pretty cool little placement. We'll see how that goes over with some folks. Definitely let me know. Half bath. And this is a great place for it. You got a full-size mirror right there. So if you need to check yourself out, you're good to go. You also are going to notice you get a sink, and it's got the porcelain right there. You got a mirror. Down to $295 now. And if you paid a lot of attention on my last video, I was 293 pounds 2 days ago. But your boy decided to have a couple brewskis. And then there was a whole bunch of cookies sitting out. And they got me. I'm a simple man. So you sit down in the chair. You got moving and grooving room. This is round belly approved spacing. You're not bumping in your shoulders. That is a home run for that. It's also the porcelain, so that way you don't have to worry, you know, about if you are a bigger guy, you know, or gal. you know, you don't have to worry about it being one of those plastic ones where you're kind of moving around. Another fantastic fan to suck out a different kind of steamer tank. All right, you got the LG refrigerator right over here, and you got those little safety latches, which is always a big time plus. Just like the one inside your home, so you got more than enough room to pack a week's worth of food, absolutely no problem. And then you got the freezer section right down there as well with an ice maker. Just to the right of the refrigerator, look at all that storage. Pretty darn incredible how deep that goes. No space goes, you know, wasted. And that was on that soft close too as well. And even that, just a small little thing's got a little safety chain, I guess, to, you know, help stop it right there so it doesn't swing and hit that divider. Up into the bedroom, you're going to notice a ton of floor space. I love that, and that is going to be because of the fact that you get that east to west slide bed right there. Now, I turned on one light, left the other one off, so that way you can kind of see. But they also have other lights right there too. But it gets pretty darn bright. But I wanted to show it to you so that way you have kind of one with reading light mode, one without. Windows on both sides to catch a nice breeze. Those are both tinted as well. And you do have a screen. You got the bed right here, which I should have made for the video. The wife's going to kill me. Probably going to be in the doghouse. A nice door that closes and separates things out. And then right over here, you got your USB port. And then a little place for some storage. And that's going to be both left and right on the bed. Flip it around. This is still the continuation and part of the reason why you get so much of that room. But this slide starts right here, ends all the way down by the door. And then you have your TV with your window, a little place where you can get some work done. You know, if you need to in a pinch, you can kind of use that as a desk, but underneath is going to be a lot of dresser space. So I like seeing that. Real good closet space with some hanging items available right there as well. A TV, and then underneath the TV, or behind the TV rather, you get some storage. You know, your Wally, and then a DVD player, so that way you can watch some movies along on the road. And then you got another closet right over there. And then you got a little fancy painting with the door. Tiffin seems to like those. That's the second camper now in about 3 days that's had that, that door painting. I guess fancy people like fancy doors. You got one step up into the bathroom. You get plenty of storage here underneath each one of your sinks, which is a big time plus. Also access again to your plumbing. Check out the size of that. But each one of these are going to be porcelain. Outlets for each person. A little medicine cabinet here in the middle, kind of a communal one. And then the mirrors, you get another right there as well. Followed by another right over here for some of your maintenance. So you can see you got your fuse box. Pretty good sized shower with the Tri-Glide glass series. So that way that glass opens up as thin as it does, as opposed to being right in the middle, because it does fold over, you know, a couple times. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So I'm 6 feet tall for reference, and you can see I get plenty of head height still left, especially when you get into the fact that you have all this room up here in this kind of the skylight for some natural lighting. And now into the bathroom, you get these LED lights. Nice, basic, you know, kind of Delta. It's Delta, whatever brand that is. I'm sure that's a nice brand. Some of you might know it. But it's just a nice, you know, basic kind of setup here in the shower. And it's also going to be one piece, which helps, you know, for your maintenance. You don't have to worry about anything separating. You do get a little bar maybe for a, you know, a wash towel, a place where you can put your soaps. It also has a shower miser. So that way, you know, basically you're not wasting water. So shower miser right here, you flip this switch, it shuts the water off from coming out of the spigot up there, and it just churns and churns and churns and churns inside of your tank, so that way you don't waste the water. Don't waste 6 to 7 gallons. And then once you flip it, the hot water comes out, you know, you are good to go. The Tiffins actually got a phenomenal water heater anyway, so that's almost overkill, but why not, you know, do that, you know, when you can and where you can. You also got another fantastic fan. But all right, guys, that's about it here for the inside portion of this tour. If you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know how the camera holds up. Last time the reviews were great on the camera, but tonight's a little windy, so when I get out to there, I'd love to hear your input. But again, it's the 2024 Tiffin Byway 38CL, one of the first looks in the entire country. Couldn't be happier, you know, to have this thing. But now let's go ahead and go outside. Man, it's getting darker and darker and darker. We just had the time change. They're trying to pull a fast one on me, baby. So right up front, you're going to have your generator. So that's going to be right next to these apps. Oh, you know, I didn't even show the... Jeez, oh, Pete. You know, they hired me because I'm friendly. That is for sure. So right up here, it's going to be, first off, it's on the Freightliner chassis. So you get this nice little steering wheel with all the features, all the bells and whistles that you could possibly want, including one of these kind of digital flippers there for the, you know, neutral, reverse, and drive. You also have your auto leveling control, which is going to be right here, a cup holder, auxiliary start, which is always nice in case your battery's looking a little bit dead, parking brake. But if you're not familiar with the chassis, it's a custom built chassis, specifically, you know, for the Tiffin here. Rear view cameras, all that good stuff, night shades that come down. You also have a bed that drops down too and sleeps pretty well, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than about a twin bed. But if you haven't driven the Freightliner before, it drives so smooth. Not only is it quieter than most, but it's also smoother than pretty much all, which is a huge plus. You know, when you're moving and grooving down the road, it is not bumpy. The thing cuts like butter. It is nice to have. You also have an area where you can put a little floor guard right here, and it snaps in with those little magnet clips, so that way you can put your feet down. But sorry about that. That got me off track. But what I was going to say, you got a generator, and to access the generator, you're going to come right over here. Now, I know this because I'm a little bit newer to motorhomes, as you guys know, so it took forever to figure out how to access the darn generator. But right here in that top corner, boom, you pull that little rope right there, and then bada bing, bada boom. So there's that access to your generator. You got the Onan 8000. Close it back up. You are ready to rock. Huge, huge mirrors for when you're driving down the road. So that's a big time plus. It's even got that little bad boy right there. Built-in Rooney. But just pretty sharp looking. So when you're driving down the road, you can see what's going on either side with really little to no blind spot. You're also going to see you have an awning over the front door with those LED lights. That's going to be that Gerard slide topper as well for this entire monstrous slide. And you even have another awning right there too. Frameless windows for a nice sleek look. You're also going to get, I believe, 14 coats of paint on this. You know, so that is very cool. The big old Michelin tires. And let's start opening up these sideways. So you got a little storage, your propane, more storage, and look how nice that is. A little 12-volt plug-in right there, and that's going to be a pass-through if you need to put in, like, you know, a ladder or something like that. Outdoor TV. You got your battery with one of your disconnects right there for the chassis batteries. That's going to be the back end of the engine here with your 7-way plug and your hookups. You also see your rear view camera right there. And if you guys have any questions or any wisdom, I'm more than happy to hear. A little bit newer to the Tiffin product, so really trying to learn this as fast as possible. So I would love to hear from you and see what you think. That's going to be for the depth tank. It's going to hold 15 gallons. Water pump, outside shower, hot and cold water, city water, tank fill, black tank flush. You're not familiar with the black tank flush? It's basically a sprinkler system there for your poop tank. Look at that, more storage right there. But guys, that about wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Hope to see you next time. Again, my name is Hunter, and this was the 2024 Tiffin Byway 38CL. Have a good night. See ya.